So when a video guy like I allegedly tells you to get ready for a 3.5 day work week and living to 100, and when the AI industry continues to march ahead and people don't know the difference between ChatGPT and generative AI, they have no idea what software or technology that they're even using. And another friend said, hey, I just got a call from a cardiologist friend, and they said pacemakers are using Bluetooth with lesser power so they can go for years and be just fine. More people who are finding out that I told the truth about those really old technologies. The wireless body area network, 18 years. No, 28. Those biosensors, 18. So everyone keeps asking me, like, what do you really think is going to go down? Well, it's a new world order. They're all in it together. They're going to continue their population control. And on the thumbnail next to I allegedly is what they're doing right now at the IAS, which is Princeton. I'm pretty sure that's where they're tethered. And they're working on the equations for human husbandry. Now, to everybody else, it's discrete math, it's I just don't know. Well, on the engine room chat, go look at the thumbnails, just the thumbnails, and look closer, because there's the linear equation from yesterday, and underneath it, you can read and then type it in for yourself. I should probably just relink the document. There's the equation for manipulating your energy internally, all of it, piezoelectric, mechanical, radio frequency leakage, doesn't matter, all of it, all of it. Meanwhile, whoever you are, you're going through the world thinking that nobody watching what you're doing, nobody knows what you're saying, blah, blah, blah. Only God is omnipotent if you even believe in God. And don't give me that. All these people that, they just pretend. They go to their club. They call it a church. That's cute. It's a building you all get together in. Great. And you all believe the same things. They may or may not be in the book, but you're a little club. You're a little group of people. I believe in God. And that's kind of funny. If you did, then where have you been? For the last 4 years. And all the excuses start flooding in. Brina, what are they going to do? Well, are you busy wondering what they're going to do? Or are you busy in your head right now detailing all the justifications for why people have been able to get away with this for all these years? I'm 44. I've said this before. Where's the satanic ritual abuse justice? Where's the justice for people like Rose McGowan? Where's the justice for the victims of Bill Cosby? Is Epstein on vacation somewhere? Oh, we just don't know. Sure. So tell me, right now in Congress, are they going to do something about all these databases that all the targeted individuals and everybody else has been afflicted and affected by? No. So what are they really going to do? They're going to do whatever they want to. Now, if you're someone in the last 4 years that I'm yelling at and you're like, yeah, they are, and that's why I stayed with them. I got myself a satellite phone. I got a feeder grid. I'm good to go. When they go Mad Max, I'm on a radio access network, frontal backhaul. When they go Mad Max and they release all the signals, I'm in a plasma fence. You think that geofence thing only works for the Android? No. I'm in a plasma fence. Now it affects everybody but me and maybe a few other people by DNA and biofrequency. I bought in. I'm in the database. Oh, so in other words, pardon my face, you throw in to do what you're told. They give you a special little geofence or plasma fence so your skin will hold while they go ahead and prime and materia everybody else. They're going to do it all in one shot. Hell no. They've had this all controlled, downturned the whole time. So to the end of this year, it's guillotines, or supposed to be, allegedly. And then once we get into 2024, there's going to be a bunch of people that want to go to space. And they're going to believe that, so they're going to go join up and disappear. We'll never see them again. God only knows where they go. They ain't going outside the firmament, and they're not going to Mars. But see, we've got no adults in the United States or anywhere else. They won't admit they're not going to Mars. They won't admit it. They want everyone believing that with all the same lies the Majestic 12 built back in the 50s to hide all of this the entire time. Everybody thinks we're up in space. Why? NASA. And what does everybody say? It don't matter whether or not you know about satanic ritual abuse, SRA. It don't matter. What is NASA doing? Oh, we don't know. Then I go over there and it's nothing but satellites staring at the nanoscale into human bodies. That ain't a maybe. Those are facts. So I go to the market share. Where are your ships going to Mars? Nowhere. And where are all the directed energy weapons and all the market share for nano avionics? They're fucking everywhere. Big money. With AI. Nano constellation, etc. They're going to infect people? No, they're not. They're going to connect into the humans that want a hive mind. They do not believe in God. They've been raised on aliens. That's all they want. So that's what they're going to have. And the rest of us, it doesn't matter what our opinions are. We're old and we're stupid. We need to be gotten rid of. We don't know about biohacking. So they're going to go next year. We're going to space. Get on the ship. We don't see those people again. Those of us that are down here, we're culled. Resources are going to go away, the rest of it. Because you need to be in your smart city. Period. They deployed this plan with no issue while all of us have been alive. I don't care how old you are. This already happened. When we look at the narratives and the talking heads, they keep giving us hopium. Because that's the narrative. They're supposed to. If you listen to that 5-hour thing, you hear the colonel explain to you, we are told as healthcare professionals to give the narrative so people do what they're told. Now, put your mask back on. Then in 2025, in preparation for Eric Schmidt's Google Luciferase Dragonfly deployment of Singularity, you, whoever you are, that is not fully injected and participatory, anybody who wants to fix that for, all of us in one, all your base are belong to us, they go down to Walmart, they get a human hunting license, because you're not a human anymore. See, you didn't take your injection or whatever the fuck else they do. You didn't get on a ship, you didn't sign up, whatever. You're not in your 15-minute city. Now they're going to go hunt you down and put you there. Oh, no, Sabrina. Nobody would ever do it. Put your mask back on. And stop asking questions like that comedian said. Before COVID, are you doing your own research? Oh, my God, please don't do your own research. Before COVID, we called doing your own research reading.
Hey, please tell me you're not going to do your own research. You've heard people say that. Please don't do your own research. Before COVID, doing your own research used to be called reading. Now you're shaming me for reading? At the behest of Big Pharma? It's like I woke up in the middle of a Bill Hicks bit. Well, looks like we got ourselves a reader. Tell me, boy, what you reading for? Don't you know everything that needs to be readed's already been readed by a smart person?
And nobody, like the comedian said, hey, I'm going to go buy a car. Hey, I'm going to go fix the roof on my house after the tree fell on it. Hey, I'm going to go replace the floor in my bathroom. Are you reading about replacing the floor in your bathroom? Oh, please tell me you're not doing your own research. Just go to the hardware store and ask the expert salesman. He'll tell you everything you need. That's where we're at. Like you said, people just, how dare you question? Okay, what are we really dealing with here? We've had a 300-year plan of hiding this tech, and for 28 years and 18 years, they're still doing it. After deploying it for themselves, 2 years, that's 6 years now, that they've been fucking with it, which is why the market share, get ready for a 3.5-day work week, universal basic income, robotoids, self-driving. You will not be leaving your your house. And after they hunt you down in 2025, 2026 is the singularity. Well, if you've been hybridizing since 2021 or whatever, what are you going to look like at that point? Especially with the larger backbone. There are more people becoming more synthetic all the time. The graphene eats your brainstem, just like they did back in the days of Egypt. They don't need your head. They just need your spine. We didn't talk about anything real with any of this. I did. And I said they needed wireless tissue engineering. Where's that sign? And they did it, and they got away with it. And so because of that, and everyone wants to make money on AI, you think they're worried about religion? You think they're worried about ethics and virtue? And so when you hear Alex Jones tell you what I do, He said about 150 years ago, the wealthy decided, we're done. Yeah, then they drowned anyone who disagreed with them on the Titanic. And they'd already buried all of you in the South, here in the States, who had any power or any buildings that could participate or defend. Good night. Another mud flood for you. Now we use fires. Because plasma can be ignited. It's very simple. Right? Biomedical tissue engineering with neutrino arrays and antennas and opto arrays right around the corner inside everyone's home at the push of a button. With or without their BCU. Sorry, their phone. Now watch. Because if that was confusing to you, watch. What is the goal? Wireless tissue engineering. Total piezoelectric control down to the bone marrow. You are surrounded by multiple Ethernet fences. The body area network, the biosensors themselves, mesh networks on the outside. We're not done. So, in order to have wireless tissue engineering down to the bone marrow, full domination of every cell in your body. You were worried about them reading your thoughts as to what you would purchase. They finished all that up in the 50s with the Coke commercials at the movie theater. You see, we ain't been talking or having real conversations human to human in about, what, 20 years? At least. So, go to work, hurry up, shut up, Excuse me, what's a UFO? Go to work! What is psychic? Go to work! What is a Bigfoot liminal space? Like, what is this? Shut up! Or, you're stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid. Take drugs. What are UFOs, really? Raytheon, Boeing, and Lockheed, full fucking control of all the electronic warfare, fucking around. Oh, it's amazing. 60 years. Big-ass magnets underground with Tokamak, ITER, and CERN. Doesn't tell anybody what they're really doing with these magnets that connect to the drop from the cable company outside your house. And so now, it doesn't matter where you go, we got you. Position, navigation, and timing on little nanoavionics.com, Nano Slaughterbot Osiris 5G satellite. Nano. And everybody went, oh my God, I don't understand. What's psychic? Oh, I'm sorry. I have 4 therapists. I don't know. Yeah, psychology is a pseudoscience because it leaves out 80% of the human immune system and 40 to 60% of your hormones. And if you leave out your hormones and you leave out your immune system, how you feel will not be cellularly real because you're leaving out 80% of the electrical homeostasis of the body and all of your hormone responses, which are heavily driven with emotions. So what are you doing? You're paying somebody to listen to you talk, and then they report what you say to the government. Good job. So those people will never tell you that telepathy, empathy, precognition, it's neurons in the body and electricity that fires them up somewhere in the body. They're not going to tell you that. So they keep hold of it for bioinformatics and genomics. That's why I haven't finished writing these yet. Then we get into the morphoceuticals, morphogenesis, life extension, regenerative medicine with Tufts University, and genomics. Now we're going to change out your DNA and see what happens. If your skin gets too loose, you turn into a gray because you can't hold electrical conductivity anymore. You get lanky, and then you're dead some more. And if you turn into too much hair and keep exploding back and forth because your cells won't hold the density, we put your ass in the national park until you fall through a liminal hole and put you somewhere else. Did you ever find out what a UFO was? No. Stephen Greer in Congress. Fuck you. Go away. Did anybody admit what psionic abilities really are? Neurons? Nope. It's all still, who fucking knows? Get with a CIA handler, bleed yourself on the ground, fuck a bunch of people, and we'll let you talk about what your telepathy and empathy really do. Otherwise, fuck you, take drugs, die. Maybe put you in a psych ward somewhere and test on you. Same thing out here. We'll just shoot your ass dead when we're done with you. Wow. Okay, so since nobody will admit to psionics and psychology, the pseudoscience rules, Steve Greer is who we have in Congress, not our actual Boeing, Raytheon, Lockheed, and people doing the fucking jobs with the top brass. And when it comes to cryptids, well, that's who we threw away here and whatever. Fucked it up, put it over there. Meanwhile, are they held accountable? No. Doesn't exist, doesn't exist, doesn't exist. Does wireless tissue engineering now fully exist as a biomedical profession? Yup. Has it been there since 2013? Yup. Did they deploy their cyber-physical backbone in 2017? Yup. Was synthetic biology made available in 2008? Yup. That's life extension, regenerative medicine. So why can't you talk about a 28-year-old technology? Oh, gee, I wonder. Gosh, I just don't know. Precision AI medical healthcare, ready to go. Now do you get it? Now do you see what the future holds? All of our good friends and loved ones, they're going to go get on a spaceship, get turned into whatever they want, because they ain't leaving the firmament. Like Will Shatner, he didn't leave the firmament either. He got on the dick rocket and cried about destroying the whole world. 150 years ago, they run the world. They have the underground systems and the above ground systems that have been there for thousands of years. But you wouldn't know that. The only way I know it for absolute sure is I worked a job. I saw the physical hardware and software. So then and just like these people who work jobs, they know. But the rest of the world doesn't, and they keep it that way. So then they get to do whatever they want. Pay for play. You want to live or not? So after they hunt you down to put you in your grid, your smart city, 2026, they turn into what they want to. 2027, we're going to see actual help arrive for those of us who believe in God, in whatever way we believe in God, our creator. Then we're going to see some warfare. Because they're going to fuck it up so bad down here by 2027, we're going to see some warfare. And then in 2028 and 2029, depending on who's left, who knows? Are they going to Pangea the planet like are they going to get away with it? Is Jesus going to drop whatever he's doing and run back here as the boss to go spank everyone individually? I just think that's so immature. It really is. Why can't you tell the fucking truth about what you did in the 60s? Because nobody wants to. I told you. Flynn, Carrie, we're going to keep our remotes. We're never going to admit them. We're going to take half the people over here in the California area in Dulce, where we're all pissed at you anyways. We're going to go to war with you. East Coast versus West Coast. That's perfect, because it's going to split the water open the way we planned anyways, in the middle of the country. Lower California like a step stair. Okay? And then somebody played Siri talking exactly that in 2025. Something about the big earthquake hits then to Lower California like a step stair. Well, that makes sense, because the Singularity equipment is over in China and Indonesia. And they're going to want that closer to the west coast of the United States, where Obama and everybody already put down their Seattle Ley Line project, which is the top of the country, that will fold over and the bottom part folds in. And then we have a long line with Oklahoma City right in the middle for communique. And that's the corridor system. It keeps the roads and some of their deep underground stuff in a full big tube that's already been there. It goes all the way around the world. It's already been there. Now, as far as the people that want to scream and yell at me about flat Earth and whatever else, here's what I'm going to tell you. Go to NATO. Look at their maps. Do your own flux density research. But I do know and I do understand that there just is no way to bring people together. I mean, I tried. I'm like, hey, low Earth orbit satellite. Hello? Mm-mm. Because you got to get the people that are out there right now at any age to admit what they do for work. They didn't. They're not. That's why what I'm telling you, as crazy as it may sound, it's an engineered plan from 300 years ago. You didn't change anything at all. Not even a little. And that's why I keep pointing out to people, they don't want to change anything. They want to hybridize. They're going to go forward. You cannot stop them. We can survive around them while they do it. But this much work into what I continue to show people evenly, okay? They have you down to the bone marrow. They do not have to get out of bed. They hit a button on their phone and they make a change to your bone. You're going to behave? Oh, you're going to do more than that. They'll turn you into things. Stick you in the wall. Do what you saw in the Matrix movie. Just take your mouth away and then put it back. It's easy. It's very easy. So, because you're a plasmonic being and everybody just decided that wasn't important, they needed to keep this body part for themselves, go to work with it, develop the W-band to the point that you can do all the things that you see right here. Federal Communications Commission to mandate all of this you see right here on a button press on a cell phone in 2014. So, as you're listening to me tell you all that, and you're thinking I'm nuts, right? Okay. Turn the brain on to the years I'm showing you and how long they've been doing it in college. This is not Illuminati in the dark. I've been trying to help people understand that. These are jobs. So now I'm watching your photons with diagnostic tools. I'm not even watching your photons like in the regular laboratory way. It's wireless. Opto-array. Meaning I'm watching from my cell phone in my bed. Changing your DNA. In your head. Real time. Not a problem. It's no big fucking deal. I've got medical implant communication here and human body communication there. Hitting buttons all night long. Who gives a fuck? You do. Your family does. They don't. Now consider that torture is something that they enjoy. They make it a sport, and some of them make it an art. And to the rest of them, that's what it is. Like Jesse Shaboter talked about their artwork. And they don't like music. They like human screaming and human pain. These are all very real things. Oh, here we go again. I didn't grow up like you. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so sorry. They're the people that run the world because you're good friends and neighbors. They've been going to work all this time on systems like this, telling you, oh, they're just so stupid. They just have no idea. Would you please put your mask on and shut up? Why are you reading? So dumb. And you're still listening to them, going, oh, but they're so pitiful. They just don't know. Are their bank accounts fat? Are they good to go? Did they have any issues dancing on their TikTok videos while people died and we injected neurotoxins into our children and elderly? So now you introduce the graphene, and we've got one layer thick here. But as the lady on the WEF stage mentioned, you got microbiomes in play as well. Then we just play Lego blocks, synthetic Legos, and do whatever we want. One cell at a time? Fuck that. We got the whole microbiome. This is in 2018. Nano tunable antennas. Plasma polaritons, the 6G metamaterials. 2018. Who knows about it? What about the virtual light communication and your opsins and how easy it is to manipulate you with optogenetics? Who knows about it? I got bad news for you. What I told everybody originally, one of my original signs, I said, any little nerd who can program in Zigbee and Bluetooth knew about them biosensors, Zigbee and Bluetooth, the relay ones, in 2005. You want to do construction? Oh, I'm just a dumb construction worker. I don't know nothing. Bullshit. They're masons. They build things. Yup. And they get paid, drink beer at the good old boys club and shut the fuck up to everybody else. And I said, are you going to hold them accountable? No. So then why are you asking your Congress or anybody to hold accountable your own family? These are people that you're living around, and they're still playing stupid, and you're letting them. Every day. 18 years old. I'm just so dumb. I can't Google biosensor and watch a YouTube video. Can you watch a YouTube video about Taylor Swift doing whatever she's doing with the football? Look at how many people can watch that. Well, Sabrina, you're asking us to learn things. Well, maybe it might have something to do with everybody screaming, put your mask on. You want me to put my mask on? Then you fucking tell me what this really is. I do not accept 4 years of, I don't know, what is it really? Oh, is it isolated? I don't know, shut up! Okay, that right there is domination. That's a problem, and we've been putting up with it. From the bottom to the top to the top to the bottom, no matter who it is, no matter what age they are, I need to be comfortable and calm. Shut up, you're scaring me. Okay, well, when you start going after people who homestead and prep and have been for a few years, like they have a farm, it's not a big deal. You're going after them and you won't shut up. And meanwhile, BRICS, the inflation, you keep telling us it's not real, but our Visa card tells us fucking groceries are expensive and they're getting worse. Then you tell us the gas prices aren't real, and you keep telling us there's going to be a supply line, but after infant formula, multiple chemical spills, and all the rest, we're still all sitting here going, well, what are you really going to do? So excuse the fuck out of me. You want me to trust any of you out there? Oh, yeah, I'm going to tell you now. No, you're not. It's a controlled downturn. You're not telling nobody nothing until you're done. Because if there was to be an awakening, if you were, in our country at least, the United States, if you were going to save a single life, you would have said biofield the entire time. That's a real awakening, because that's what this is all about. You not only did you not say it, you sent pharmacy executives out there to lie about it so nobody would look there and nobody knew what the fuck was going on. And then you made it even worse. And you called the human body part a demon field. Shame people some more. You know, isn't it nice to shame them? You're a pharmacy person, whoever you are. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're a physician. You're sitting there looking at that National Institute of Health and playing stupid for 4 years, but it gets you paid and your friends don't yell at you. That's called comfortability, going along to get along. And sometimes that can work out, like if you're in 1995. But historically, we're not in 1995. We are in 1933-ish. Not taking that seriously. Fuck no. Of course not. Can't be bothered to read a college textbook or know what our kids do when they go to school. Okay? So, did you make them accountable? Nope. How are you going to do it now? Because they're going to tell you, hey, we got universal income. Go get your injection. Put your mask on. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, it's a smart city due to climate change. It's all our fault. Cows are farting. We're trying to fix that with the genetically microbiome so they don't fart anymore. And we've been putting bugs into everybody's food and making synthetic food for a while now, but we really stepped it up. Almost everything is pure poison for the human body. Immune system, well, you got to go get injected to get one. You don't have one anymore. You never really did. That's why you've always been on pills and drugs and nothing ever worked. We got it now. We got precision drugging. We're just going to go get a copy of your genome. We're going to fuck with it and you'll be fine. Nobody said a word. Remember the big sign? Maybe rewind and see it again. We're going to have total control over the human nervous system on a button push, a remote. And we got it. Because nobody said no. So here's the metamaterials on the Ka-band, the Ku-band, software-defined networking in 2018, wireless tissue engineering with full tissue scaffolding at any level, all the interface between other bodies in case your tissue scaffolding has to be healed different than this person. They can send you the proteins and amino chains to do it. Brain to brain, neuron to neuron. Sabrina, are you serious? Yep. Tried to tell you. Brain to multi-brain, 2014, Frontier Neurojournal. So here we are in one of the examples of the newer biosensors for enzymatic response. You want to feel that way? No, you don't. You want to change your mind? No, you don't. Oh, but they're not fast enough. The Pentagon computers watch humans 6 days in advance with bioinformatics and other equations. So then you told everybody, what's a blimp? I don't know. What's it doing there? I have no fucking idea. Good job. Optoarrays, big ones. Yeah, you don't need to know that either, right? What are they really going to do? They're going to continue doing what they've been doing for 300 plus years, and they're going to do it for themselves and everyone else who won't admit their tools, their whatever they already have deployed, and what they are doing right now. You're already dead. According to the Deagle report. Don't look at me weird. That's what they plan for, and that's what they're getting. So, did you tell anybody it's a body part with all your galvanic energy, human body communication, electro-quasi-static math? No. So you just aim and fire. They have no idea. Why would they? And that's without, pardon my nose, using the biosensors. So then down here, just as a reminder in the Synergy PDF, right underneath this picture is the Oxford extract for why piloerection could save your life and why it generates stem cells. Saving your life is if you're running from one of these weapons and you start piloerecting, you can watch different videos. It's going to establish space between even quantum dots and whatever they're doing. And if I'm in your shoes, I don't want to be electrocuted, right? Rutgers University, playing with body area networks as students. It's going to be their job, PhDs in wireless body area networks now. You know, those things that you won't admit to from 28 years ago. Do you think your friends will be willing to admit to them when they see the PhDs for them? Like you can go get a job in it? I've already shown that, but do you think it'll have more heaviness when you can put your picture on the wall for how you remote control through humans, and everyone will make more excuses about how wonderful you are because you're keeping them alive? This is so past the point of any way of turning anything around, so I hope you've already gotten that out of your mind. So here are the control protocols, some of which are automatic, for your new wireless precision AI healthcare smart grid agenda. And as I continue to point out, here's your button pushes. And here's the few that they didn't have button pushes as convenient for at the time. These are all the different, look at all this. These are all the different types of networks that got you surrounded in internal organs, your whole body, your biosensors, the relays, all of it. Oh, but Sabrina, they just got him. 28 years old, folks. So then I bring you into the 6th generation wireless, which is already here with the metamaterials and the 5G for cognitive radio networks, which is laparoscopic surgery from a drone over your home. Again, with that's impossible because you left out your body part that's electrical and wireless, and you're a water sac with plasma potentials, and that's all they need. And you don't know about plasmonics, cymatics, or the material physics in this world by design, so you think it's all sci-fi. You sit and watch movies and wait to die. That's their design. So they slapped on headsets like this in 2012, rooting through your veins and arteries. No issue. Did anybody say anything? No. There's an image of some of the equipment. And here's your Sensors Open Systems architecture for your entire military command and control internationally. Global information grid. Here's an example of harvesting energy, piezoelectric, mechanical, radio frequency leakage out of your body. There's your sync, which you'll see in those math equations I have posted, because it's just another way of measuring. And then there's all your little biosensors fucking around inside your bloodstream. And if they need to make a change physically, it's usually AI on your home, but a guy like this can pick up his video game controller, hit a button. There ain't nobody to stop him. There's no legal lawfare to get off a database. There's no legal lawfare for any of this to get them out of your house or your face. Because it's their job to log into your wireless body area network with routing protocols for these big, huge divisions of control at the packet level, at the biosensor level, all over the place. Here's another example, pretty much the same ones, the few additions, and then the relay sensors also have their own little protocols. Now, why do they need all that? Because they're routing computer game theory through the body. Computer game theory is supposed to be something we do for war games and drills. Nah, bitch. We're doing it for you. Why? Welcome to your house. Net-centric mosaic warfare is what you're looking at there. Meaning that no matter where you are, and no matter why, I can find you. And I can do to you whatever I want to. Geospatial, find out with Geomancer where you're located by your body area network, the biosensors themselves, or the mesh relays. Then from there, I get your spell book for whatever has been done to you previously with proteomics. What am I talking about? These are industries. I can't tell you enough. Proteomics and transcriptomes, this is for the changes that we make with CRISPR-Cas9. Jobs. Brain connectomes. Jobs. Neural modulation. Job. Neural stimulation. Job. Neural monitoring. Job. Oh, it just got here. Local logistics gets hybrids in the 80s. White vans get hired with pensions. Signature reduction force, look for a job right now. You'll find a market share. Then we had non-invasive neuron exchange, and in Congress, non-invasive N3 in the 90s. It's not 1995 anymore. In 2005, we got the biosensors. 2008, synthetic biology. In 2014, brain to brain is commercially available to businesses, students, anybody. How long ago is that? 9 years? You think they had some time? It's all over the YouTube. Where are the old people? Well, they're listening to idiots who tell them we can't read their mind. Now, how would you feel if you were in college for that job? About the old people lying like that. 300,000 of them, reading people say that. And those are the people in Congress, those are the people leading whatever, that we're supposed to take seriously as adults. And they're busy going to school, doing jobs, which we all scream at them and tell them, do your job. Okay, let me show you what their job is. I'm going to go get your location. I'm going to get a curated database. I'm going to find your WBAN and use a piece of software called Omnet. Then I'm going to pull your spellbook up. I'm going to log into your nodes. I'm going to map a coordinate into a vector. That's a set, a feature values. I'm going to change them to what I want to affect. I'm going to vet my data source. How do I do that? It's just your digital twin model against the model of changes you've selected. And it's going to make sure that it will strike you. Once I've checked my data source, my vectors are accurate, my feature values are defined, I'm going to order a drone scan on a NASA web portal. And here again, they don't do that. And I'm constantly, this is why I'm holding all the stuff in my lap, because I'm constantly showing people, these are the artificial intelligence notes from September 2022. Please stop lying to people. Go read the transcript. Data labeling services and data labeling services and data curation. We have partners and services ready to go. Customers across the Department of Defense. And I said, who are these customers and what are they purchasing? Humans. Databases for humans. It's illegal. No. They sold them to the different insurance companies, or Access rather. And as of January 1st, 2023, we have the Internet of Behaviors, which will modify your cell state internally up to 40%. No problem. You have to be able to guarantee your product and your market share, the delivery of your product out there, and that it will continue to perform. Then you have to ensure that the network is secure before you can even sell these products. How long have they been out there? 28 and 18 years. Watch again. By the way, this is the Amazing Polly's Rwanda picture that I drew based on what they did then in, 1994? So I'm going to find your location. I'm going to map my coordinates. I enter it into the Omnet software. I choose the feature values I want to change. I double check against your DigiTwin. Now I'm going to order my drone scan on my Operant login web portal for whoever security I've got. I'm going to maybe get some help from an artificial neural network with the smart grid to double check that my data source kind of hit exactly as I want it to. NTS-3 for position, navigation, and timing double check. Don't want to cross streams, right? What if somebody else is already firing on the target? And fire. That's why it's a kill box. That's why it's net-centric warfare, because it is precise. And in the event that they cannot get the drone scan, let's say it didn't work, right? You're like, I'm going to thermally hide. Not for long. I'll show you why. I'm going to wear shielding. Not for long. I'll show you why. See, when you lie to people about technology and you don't tell them what's really going on, the people that think they're going to hide from FLIR and infrasonic, you're leaving out the metamaterials. You're still dead. And for those of you that think you're going to leave out because it's a signal coming from the outside in, the biophotonics and the metamaterials are coming from the inside out. Now, more than half of you, I say biofield, you scream and yell like a stuck pig. So you want to tell me how you're blocking that internal signal without ingestibles and morphoceuticals? Yeah, we're not there yet because your man friends lied to you. And I've been yelling at all of you for this for the entire time. So if I can't get you with the drone and the infrasonic and the smart grid in your home, brain to brain, I can get you that way. I can get you on the ManNet. I can go to your internet service provider and get you on the drop outside of your house. I can find the MAC ID of your wireless router and get you from there. It's OptoArray, and your router can be turned into any type of signal transduction in order to feed back to any system. And I know whether or not you already have the COVID and how much you have based on the databases like Bioconductor and BioVelocity. Those two are software that are talking to all those databases for the electronic integrated disease surveillance system that the CDC uses. And those headsets I showed you, that's 2007. The EEG and the ultrasound left the hospital, people fucking with it, walking around you in circles, and you're still sitting there going, I don't have a body part, I don't know what you're talking about. And I get to lie like that for information, surveillance, and reconnaissance because I'm keeping you safe from your own anatomy and the physical environment we all live in. It's too dangerous for you to know about your whole anatomy. So they took it. That's the nightmare we're in. Notice it didn't change since the 60s. And then you'll say again, well, what do we do? What do you see for the future? More of the same. Plus, they're going to destroy everyone along the way so that they can have their little population party. We don't have enough people. It's been 4 years. They still don't want to admit it's a body part. We stole it in the 50s, and we like it. Plausible deniability all day. Get to play with people like a video game. You think you're going to get them to admit that? I don't think you are. I see a lot of people lying. I see a lot of game playing, narrative driving. It didn't slow down. Did they bother to tell you that with their applied signal technology that Robert Duncan can barely cognitively talk about now? His interviews are worthless, in my opinion, because he can't be real and serious. He's still talking about stuff out of the 40s. And, you know, when I hold up this sign, he won't even say the words. He's like, oh, I can't say this. So it's just not worth it, to me at least. Anyways, but for those of you that are not as familiar with the Soul Catcher data from his book Soul Catcher and whatnot, it might be helpful for you to back up some history. Just saying. So the Osiris program is our 5G plus metamaterials. It can do just about anything in regards to slaughterbots and plasmonics and whatever. So that's what they got going on for like 8 years. Go tell them to turn it off, would you? And while you're at it, could you get the rest of the people out there to start fucking admitting to what they do for work? Good luck with that. Why don't you try this? Say, put that into Google for me and tell me again that we're not connected to the cloud. And then you know what they're going to tell you now? They're going to tell you good, because we've got a pandemic going on. Put your mask on. Now, who's responsible for that? For letting all this lying go on? We are. You took the biofield, frequency oscillation, cymatics, optics, radionics, and plasma away. You let everyone lie and go to work. We had in the 70s and 80s, the MAC IDs and the biosensors are on the way. 90s and zeros, 2005, we got our biosensors. W-band since 95. Good to go. The W-band is the biofield, which used to be called the aura. And for that reason, we have gone dial-up to broadband because we didn't have a fast enough connection. And now we're going cable modem broadband to body area network. Their cyber-physical backbone was deployed in 2017, and they deployed their cyber-physical backbone for you in 2019. Take your graphene. The people that do not want you to know about any of this, it's very, very simple. In order for the Masons to stay in power, and that would be your police, EMS, doctors, RF, utility people, they need you to be afraid of witches, sorcerers, and hybrids. The military just needs you to be afraid of aliens because they have control of all that. And they got the ships. The people that are energy workers, light workers, nurses, and the Peace Corps types and hippie types, they want aliens. They want life extension. Maybe some angels, but not Jesus and not God and none of that crap. No. We want aliens and stuff because that's New Age and it's easier and it makes sense. Okay. And then over here, you have your deliverance ministries. Now, they claim they're all for Jesus, but they're busy in the back room with the Black Awakening, raping kids under the church stairs. It's not a problem. So they need you to believe it's a demon field and then stay away from everything that has to do with your body part, human anatomy, and anything that has to do with real physics. In other words, stay as ignorant as possible and let some man or woman handle your life and sit in the pews and tell you what to do's, and then maybe you'll live. And not a single one of these groups of people will simply admit to 18 and 28-year-old technology. Last year, Butzo Saban and Nino told us witches and witchcraft while we watched people die by being electrocuted from the inside out, oscillating their vagal nerve. Who told on that? Nobody. They all said they would never. We're still watching and trusting and paying the same talking heads. They're all just getting away with it. Well, you can't hang over half the country. Oh, we're going to have Congress. Congress doesn't want to do anything. They never did. The only white hats wear halos. Thank you, Finding K Factor. Every one of us has one of these, and they are white hats, known as your guardian angels, and it is best to be on loving terms with your guardian angel. Psalm 91:11, for he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. Ophanim, see what I see. Ophanim, vide quid video, gratias Deo. I gotta fix my A, it's an O. Ophanim, see what I see. If you ever feel like you're in trouble, you call out for that guardian angel. Ophanim, see what I see. Why? Because they are not going to stop. Those of us here on the channel celebrating the synergy of the life experience. Psi. That's what it's called. Not psychic. Psionic. So psi plus energy. What kind of energy? Cymatic, kinetic, plasmonic, gravitonic, magnetic, photonic, electrical, piezoelectric. We are capable of all of it. They limit themselves with wearables, chipsets, access, line of sight, all sorts of stuff. We're not doing that. So that's why this channel exists. Because nobody would tell the truth about the body part. The body part that's driving it all. So in closing, please consider looking up viable information in these following places. And please consider Everybody still wants to please everybody else. I'm not about pleasing anybody. I am about education. Education for myself, and then share the education that I learn with the masses. That's your Rumble Dad in August 21st. So, truth above all, Demon Hunter, Alien Wars, and look out for Charlie on the Odyssey. BitChute has Last American Vagabond, Pirate Pete, Amazing Polly, and there's a couple other folks that I would probably put here. We've had some new people, too, on the channel that have channels I have to add in, so apologies, folks. Tori Says, Non-Vaxxer, and HopeGirlBlog.com. John 10:9, I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out, and find pasture. Timotei Domini, I'll do better with that one. This is a new one for me, and I tried to draw the daylight. I got to get better with that too. But the point is that God is the way out for all of this, with these hybrids and all the different things they've done. And we're not in a good situation, which is, again, why I'm telling you they're going to go forward, because they have it. They have 70% of our population. I would rather die, don't want to fight, too lazy, cannon fodder, no cognition, and about 20% of them just enjoy being evil, and I'm trying to be kind. And the 30% that want to die, they're probably already disabled or in pain. So, the 30% of us that still have a soul and life force, we're fighting against 70%. The death panel databases are set up on multiple different things they look at, including your obesity, what you're eating, your bone density, the strength of your veins, your bank account, your age, all sorts of things. They're called feature values. The digital ID has been around since approximately 2009 that I've seen. Combinatorial synthesis libraries use DNA-encoded solid phase synthesis. I call it DERPSys. Libraries are like our friend Bill, the brain imaging library. They're made out of the air in those optoarrays and biofield assays, among other things. And it's fun. Brain imaging library. Then they can use it anywhere in the world with their cute little remote control. So, if I were somebody out there wanting to know, hey, are they going to quit? Can we turn it off? Well, you don't have a vote. No one gives a fuck about your opinion. They care about your genetics and what you can do for them. With the upcoming Mad Max, Robot Wars, and the rest of it, while we transition to robotoids. And they're not going to give you a choice. They already took that away. So now it's up to you. You'll have to decide if you want to play. I do not, and I will not. There are other people here on the channel who will tell you the same thing, because we're willing to look at reality, which is these people know what they're doing, they know what they did, they enjoy it, and they're going to get away with it. Because, like I keep mentioning about the corporation, you're sitting there telling me that we need the boss to come down here and spank everyone individually. How about standing up to our own friends and neighbors that refuse to admit to what they do for fucking work for almost 20 and 30 years? That would engender an intellectual discussion. The problem is then you would say, who are you working for, and turn it off. And that's when you'll see the big show. Why? They're never going to let it get that far. It'll be a continued control, crisis to crisis, controlled downturn until they get what they want. I hope that answers your questions. Mark 5:36. Sola fide, by faith alone. Don't you give up on you. God will never give up on you. He loves all of his creation. So even if you don't know it, you are loved. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me today. Amen. And God bless you on your journey.